What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again today, and today we got another BFR for you. Game 55 versus the Edmonton Oilers was a historic and milestone one for some, as Duncan Keith returned to Chicago for the first time since being traded. It was also Nicholas Jarmelson night, so former Blackhawks defenseman, part of the three-time Stanley Cup champion teams, were in the building tonight. They had the tribute for Jarmelson before the game, and he spoke. He was also during the intermissions. Keith, they had a tribute to him 5 minutes into the first period, and they did a ceremonial puck drop with him and Taze, and they had a pretty fun with that. Jarmelson did drop the puck, and yeah, Mark started at 7:30 p.m. Good game. Score 4-3 Blackhawks in overtime, and they moved that to get their 20th win of the season. They moved to 20, 27, and 8. They tie in shots 32-32. Hits were 32-23 Chicago, and faceoffs were 33-22 Edmonton. On the power play, Chicago goes 1 for 2, Edmonton 1 for 4. So Chicago bringing the power play and penalty kill tonight, finally. Fleury saves 29 out of 32. Koskinen saves 28 out of 32. So pretty even there. Kyle Davidson, big news, has been officially made the Blackhawks permanent GM, as he will either pass away eventually or he will be fired. You can't be GM for your entire existence, because that doesn't make sense. Anyway, Davidson is now the GM of the Blackhawks, and he has declared a rebuild. So we'll see what this how he does this at the deadline. In other big news, four Blackhawks were off injured reserve and healthy tonight. Riley Stillman, Tyler Johnson, Jonathan Taze, and Calvin DeHaan are all back from injury. So Borgstrom, Slavin, Phillips, and Regula were all out. Early, and then in the first, Strome had a chance denied, and then at 17:26, it's a Chicago goal from a wide-open Sam Lafferty with his second as a Blackhawk and second of the season from Kershev and Carpenter to make it 1-0. Carpenter's been getting a few points these last few games, and he's looked pretty good out there, so good to see Carpenter getting some points. Then McCabe and Hyman collided. Koskinen had a good save on Kane. Then there was a good hit by Doc. Then at 14:38, it's a Chicago penalty that was served by Kubalik for too many men on the ice, which would be killed. They then did the tribute to Keith right around there. The Hawks had good shot blocking. Fleury had a couple good saves as he was run over by Evander Kane, and there was no call. Kurashev chance was stopped. And then at 6:33, it's another Chicago penalty, served by Kubalik again for too many men again. And this time, the Oilers' power play makes the Hawks pay, as at 5:25, it's an Edmonton power play goal from Leon Draisaitl, his 37th of the season, from McDavid and Barrie. It was a great pass by McDavid. It was a back-to-back pass, and just great play overall. A one-timer, and there was no chance for Fleury. Then Fleury then robs McLeod, and then McLeod then hits the crossbar right after that. Then at 3:05, it's a Chicago one-timer goal from Patrick Kane. I don't have it here. Sorry about that. I don't know why I didn't have the number of Kane's goal written in. That's his 17th of the season, so that ties him for second on the Hawks with Hagel. DeBrincat the only one being ahead of him, and it's by quite a large margin. So that's from Kane, from Strome and Caleb Jones to make it 2-1, and it was off a turnover. So it was a good play by Caleb Jones on the wall, pinched in, got it to Strome over to Kane on the one-timer, and it's in the back of the net. Seth Jones collided with a ref who would leave the game with 62 seconds left in the first. And he for the refs that you're supposed to go over to the home side, you get attended by doctors, so they went with 3 officials for the last 62 seconds. And the ref did return, so it's good to know that he was okay. Jones couldn't stop, and the ref couldn't see that Jones was behind him, and kind of just leveled him out. So it's good to see that the ref was okay. And then at 2:26, it's a Chicago penalty to Lafferty and an Edmonton penalty to Hyman. So we go 4-on-4, and they're both for tripping each other. So that was odd. There was a 3-on-1 stopped by DeHaan, and then Fleury had a robs Evander Kane. Then at 33.8 seconds it's 4-on-4. It's a 4-on-4 goal, and it's a 2-on-1 goal, as Evander Kane gets his 6th as an Oiler, 6th of the season from Nurse and Draisaitl to make it 2-2. Entwistle breakaway was ended by a penalty to Keith early in the second at 1924 for slashing, which would be killed. It was not a great power play whatsoever. Then Keith hit the post as he came out of the box. Koskinen robbed Entwistle and Doc multiple times. Then at 14:10, it's a Chicago penalty to Hahn for interference, which would be killed. McDavid was slow to get up after that play, and he was fine. So that was interesting to see if he could. If McDavid got injured, the Oilers' playoff hopes were all of a sudden gone. Lafferty was having a really good game. He was getting chances and getting stuff done. Playing good defensive plays as well. Lafferty had a chance shorthanded denied. Kane had a 2-on-1. Evander Kane and Yamamoto. I was really confused for a second because I forgot. I usually put E for Evander Kane. Evander Kane and Yamamoto have a 2-on-1 that's denied. And then at 5:19, it's a Chicago penalty to Murphy for high sticking, which would be killed. We go to the third, and at 17:11, it's a very odd goal as Dominic Kubalik scores off a horrible Koskinen turnover. Koskinen has the puck behind his net. He just shoots it along the wall right to Kubalik, who has a wide open net from a tough angle, and he buries it. First goal in a while. He gets his 11th of the season. It's just what he needed. It's unassisted, makes it 3-2, and the Hawks have the lead with 17 minutes to go in the third. Then Nurse then roughs up Johnson and knocked the net off, and there was no call, which I was surprised. Fleury had a good save on Yamamoto and gets hit by Murphy and then goes hard and awkward into the boards. He was fine. Fleury was screened, still makes some crucial great saves, and Lafferty had made a diving play. DeBrincat nearly had a breakaway, which was stopped. And then it was pretty back and forth, but favoring the Hawks. And then at 1:37, Koskinen is pulled, and the Oilers take a timeout at 1:09 left in the third. And it's a stupid play, and it's a horrible turnover by Seth Jones. And at 49.3 seconds, it's an Edmonton goal from Evander Kane, his 7th of the season, 2nd of the game, from McDavid and Bouchard to make it 3-3. And I punched the wall. I was like, Seth Jones, you are an idiot. He literally just missed the puck. It goes right to it can't get it out, goes right to the opposing forward, and Evander Kane just buries it off, I think it was DeHaan's skate. And then we go to overtime, and Hawks catch a break in overtime. As at 4:01, it's an Edmonton penalty to Draisaitl for tripping. And the Hawks convert. As at 2:37, it's a Chicago power play overtime goal from Alex DeBrincat, his 30th of the season, from Kane and Seth Jones, makes it 4-3. What happened was that CC blocked the first shot that was by DeBrincat. DeBrincat gave it back to Kane because it came right back to him. Kane, without even hesitating, right back to DeBrincat. Koskinen couldn't get back over. He tried to dive, couldn't get it. It's in the back of the net. Hawks win 4-3. And they beat Edmonton and take the season series 2-1 against them this season. Hawks play next tomorrow at 2 p.m. on ABC. I'm pretty sure it's national television against the Flyers. So they'll get their first meeting with the Flyers this late in the season. But yeah, that's anything new on the standings. Not really. I don't think anything's changed. I think the Rangers and Penguins have gone back and forth, so I just kind of keep them there until one of them breaks ahead. And other than that, that's really all I have for you guys today. So I'm going to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.